our journey through the past, we land upon an important part of our history, Otzi the Iceman. The discovery of Otzi, a mummified body from the Paleolithic era that is invaluable for archaeology, as well as for medical science, genetics, biology, and many other fields of study, was a momentous stride in combating society's misconceptions about the prehistoric people and fostering a better understanding about life before us, so that we can learn more about the world, ourselves, and our collective humanity. Otzi is a 5,300-old mummified body that was discovered near the Italian-Austrian border on Thursday, September 19, 1991, by the German couple Helmut and Erika Simon. His upper body was found protruding out of a glacier. Upon their momentous discovery, the Simons reported their find to authorities. Poor weather, however, delayed the cover of the body until Monday, September 23rd. Because Otzi lay in a cold environment under a glacier, his body was preserved exceptionally well. This allowed scientists to examine Otzi's tissues, bones, and organs and discover details about his life. Otzi was about 5 feet tall and 110 pounds. He was 45 years old when he died. He had dark, medium-long hair, a beard, and brown eyes. An analysis of Otzi's joints showed that he worked in the mountains and was probably involved in the copper smelting trade. He also had many tattoos. He had 61 tattoos across his body, including his left wrist, lower legs, and torso. These tattoos were defined with small incisions and charcoal. The significance is unknown, but they could have been for pain relief, decoration, or religious or ceremonial purposes. Otzi's preservation state allowed scientists to interpret many details about his overall health, which wasn't really the best. Otzi is the oldest evidence of Lyme disease, a tick-borne illness. Otzi also had whipworm, a parasitic roundworm that causes trichoriasis when it infects a human's large intestine. On top of both of these, he had arteriosclerosis, the thickening and hardening of the walls of the arteries. And the list of health problems continue because Otzi was also lactose intolerant. This was still the norm back in this time period, however. Otzi also only had 11 pairs of ribs, whereas humans today have 12. Just another example of why the Iceman's discovery is so unique and exciting is that scientists could see his teeth and last meal, a 5,000-year-old meal. Due to this most likely carb-heavy diet, Otzi had 11 cavities. In addition, his last meal contained fatty ibex meat and deer. The discovery of Otzi allowed scientists to get a glimpse into the resourcefulness of the prehistoric people as they utilized their resources to make clothing and tools to survive. The Neolithic style is locally sourced. When he died, Otzi was wearing hay-stuffed shoes, goat and sheepskin coat, goatskin leggings, a bear fern hat, grass matting, and sheepskin loincloth. His coat was made from several animals, which led researchers to conclude that the Iceman's coat was stitched together and possibly repaired with any hides that were handy at the time. Otzi's leggings were also crafted from a domesticated goat leather, suggesting that this material was purposely chosen for its specific qualities. Genetic analysis shows that his quiver was made from wild roe deer, while his fur hat was fashioned from a genetic lineage of brown bear still seen in the region today. The situation surrounding Otzi's death has been an interesting topic since the Iceman's discovery. It took almost a decade to finalize thoughts on Otzi's death. Dr. Edgarder Vigel and Dr. Gonster in July 2001 came to a conclusion, backed by X-ray analysis, that an unearthed flint arrowhead has passed through the left side of Otzi's back. The arrowhead had created a wound, opening in a narrow channel, penetrating the interior of the body and creating a 2-centimeter hole in his left shoulder blade, ending up a few centimeters away from his lung. Upon further examination, it was noted that no vital organs were hit. However, the arrow severed a major blood vessel that would have caused heavy bleeding and a possible paralysis of the arm. A deep unhealed wound on the Iceman's hand and a discovered craniocerebral brain trauma confirmed that Otzi was involved in close combat but just before his death. It is most likely that the Iceman died within a matter of minutes of this attack. Otzi the Iceman is a man of superlatives. He's the world's oldest wet mummy, and the clothes he wore and equipment he carried are unique. The mummy is invaluable for archaeology as well as for medical science, genetics, biology, and many other fields of study. Otzi's sudden death in the ice has preserved him virtually unchanged for thousands of years, giving us a snapshot of the routine life of a Copper Age man. Until Otzi's discovery, we had no exact knowledge about technological skills of late Neolithic people. Organic materials had rarely been preserved. Otzi's discovery was a stroke of luck for the study of prehistory. Otzi has the oldest known tattoos in the world, and 98% of Otzi's genome is decoded. It provided evidence for lactose intolerance, Lyme disease, and cardiovascular disease. All of these things give Otzi great merit and value. But the even more important thing is the barriers that Otzi's discovery tore down. Society has been conditioned to think of prehistoric people as raging cavemen or unintelligent savages and brutes. Otzi's discovery is momentous because it is taking strides to falsify these outdated misconceptions. Otzi and other prehistoric people were skilled men and women who utilized the environment and resources to survive in impossible conditions. For instance, Otzi's leggings were crafted from domesticated goat leather, suggesting that this material was purposely chosen for its specific qualities. Otzi also had weapons and tools that were handcrafted. These findings are crucial to combating misconceptions about prehistoric people. When we learn about the people who came before us, we learn more about the world, ourselves, and our collective humanity. Studying history enables us to develop a better understanding of the world in which we live. Building knowledge and understanding of historical events and trends enable us to develop a much greater appreciation for current events today.